Everybody, welcome to another episode of Panhandle Fishing with Tank. I think I've decided to do it this way, where I'm going to shoot the the intro video after the fact of the fishing trip, because I just like how that flows. Like, it gives me the just helps me remember how the fishing trip went, what we're doing, any kind of crazy things I want to talk about before, because I don't really like talking while I'm out there fishing. I just like to fish and have the camera going. So this time I went back to Greenbelt. The lake's still doing really well. I'm not 100% sure why the Texas Wildlife Parks Department fishing reports are so off on the water temperature, but for some reason it says Greenbelt was like 74 to 78 degrees or something. When we got out there, that water was 65 degrees, and it was nice and cool compared to the air temperature. So the bass were pretty much in spawning mode. This video for me primarily, I caught nothing but crappie. I wanted to catch nothing but crappie because I wanted to try crappie for the first time. I'm not a big fish eater, but I've heard it's one of the best freshwater fishes, however you want to say it, fish that you could eat. So um, I took a new buddy of mine. Our new children's pastor at Victory Church in Amarillo is from Kentucky. He's a big fisherman. He talked about he fished through the Cumberland River and all that kind of stuff. Kind of jealous of him because he's fished the river systems and all that. And he's a big kayak fisherman. I feel bad because he sold all his stuff to come down here, all his fishing stuff to come down here to make room, and he didn't think there was kayak fishing down here. And when I met him, we went and ate and just chopped it up, and I showed him how big it is and it's growing around here. So, but he had one kayak left, and we went to Greenbelt. I want to introduce him to Texas lakes, and he did pretty well. I think landed 5 fish, hooked 6 bass, and he had the biggest of the day, which I'll show you in the video. It was a 2-pounder, real pretty fish. But like I said myself, I had no luck on artificial lures. I flipped and threw swim jigs and threw crankbaits and threw chatterbaits. I threw everything I had. I couldn't get it one bite. I threw lizard on the bottom thinking I would spook their beds, and I couldn't get bit. He caught all his fish on a little bitty beetle spin. So I caught all mine on minnows. I mean, I would say he had the biggest fish. I know I had numbers. I would say, at least 20-something crappie, threw half of them back and kept the rest of them. All in all, we caught 30-plus fish. It got to the point where I got tired of taking pictures and filming because it was the same deal, but I still had fun seeing that bobber go down. It always takes me back to when I was a kid fishing with my dad. So our next fishing trip, Lord willing, will be in June. Already talked to him and got the okay from the wife. You know how that goes. I'll probably take him to Lake McKenzie. We're going to give Greenbelt a break because I think one reason we didn't do too well on the bass was because it's a highly pressured lake. It's besides Lake Meredith in our area, it's definitely the most recreational lake around. When we were out there, we ran across 10-plus boats in our little area we were at. We were on the north end this time. The last video I was on the south end, which is bigger, but the north end is more creekish, has creeks and runoffs, and it's a no-wake zone. So if you're down there, you're really fishing. But it had 6 or 7 boats compared with our 2 kayaks. And I always say this. I was talking to a buddy at work who's getting into kayak fishing, and the great thing about kayak fishing, man, is we can get where no boat can get to. I know you've probably heard that before, but it's the honest truth. I mean, Jordan and I, we were out back in the creeks of the Greenbelt, we literally saw boats following us in there because they saw us catching, and then they got to a point where they knew they couldn't get out, so they had to back out and go to the main lake, and we just stayed in there and just kept catching. So it's obvious, it's very advantageous. It's perfect fishing for me. Like I said, next lake we'll go to will be will be Lake McKenzie in Silverton. It's a lot less pressured. I already know the spots I'm going to take them because I'd fished there right before early March when the water was still freezing, kind of. So they weren't really active, but I know I've made mental notes of spawning places where it'll be. And McKenzie is not very, there's people that fish it, but a lot of people don't know about it, number one. And number two, it's not very, there's like one area to camp. It's real steep rock canyon type of reservoir. There's boats, but To tell you the truth, I haven't seen one boat out there since I've been out there. It's just been me pretty much because it's kind of a smaller lake. So hopefully the fish will be less spooked. They'll definitely be in the spawn mode for sure because I mean June 8th is less than a month away, and I don't see the water temperature rising from 65 to 75 degrees, putting them in the post spawn mode and putting them in the summer mode. So. But we'll see. But I hope you enjoy the video. Do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. And you guys take it easy, be cool. Hold on, I'm coming to take a picture. Sorry. Hold on, let me get my phone.
Bitty, but I like it. Beautiful though. I'd say he's probably got 11 inches, 10 inches on him.
Yeah, he's a little bitty, but he counts.
He counts, and that's the first Texas bass right there, baby. I knew there was gonna be some more shooting. I think this is the one that jumped there, right?
Oh, that's a. Oh, now I got a better angle. No, two on the nose.
Yeah,
Good
mine's
size.
off. I don't know why my scales. Maybe I calibrated it bad.
It's a good sized fish. Appreciate it.
Look at it. Cool.
Yeah.
Ready to spawn.
It's a pretty fish.
Yeah. Pointing up like that?
Yeah. She's gonna jump.
Straight up. Oh, he didn't.
die, I'm a legend. When they lay me down to rest, I know I was always repping. Oh my God, my whole life, my words been my greatest weapon.